I'm so excited. Welcoming, welcoming, welcoming. I hope we're doing well and fine this beautiful Sunday. Tuning in, collecting our energy, gathering it in with a breath, and exhaling out all the way down the body. Another couple of breaths like this. Ah. Ah. Only that which is for the highest good of all shall come through in this now moment. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. I am so excited about today's video because it's a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a little time. And I received a really interesting comment on a Facebook group that I'm a part of that instead of wasting my energy arguing with someone whose consciousness is not ready to receive this without accusing or blaming or projecting onto me, I felt like, okay, I'm going to use this energy and create something beautiful. So today I would like to talk about the idea of spiritual and demonic entities, beings from other realms, things that go beyond our physical life. And again, in no way am I intending on projecting this truth onto you or into your experience. I really believe that it's something you have to experience for yourself, to know and feel it true. So feel in your body if this has resonance with you, if this might be useful for someone you know, please share it, like, subscribe, comment, do the thing. Let's do this. Because I really feel that this perspective can provide a lot of peace to a very nervous aspect of us as a collective. So I suppose I want to start with why I have this awareness. And it happens because I have met some really incredible people who have guided me at the right time and have shared information with me that has just been pivotal in my understanding of this world and other worlds and the connection between that. I would say that my journey started, truly started. Oh, I've turned black and white. Cool. Oh, maybe there's some spiritual entities here with us right now. Um, Sorry, I'm not trying to scare, but I'm just kind of poking a bit of fun here. It started in Vietnam, where I was living with an occultic practitioner who showed me the ropes in a lot of ways. We had similar journeys. In some senses, I was very much more on the yogic path. I practiced more Buddhist meditation and perhaps was only really introduced by the mindfulness approach through a very westernized version of that. And I learned so much from him about various perspectives and how actually by integrating the opposite perspectives, I could understand so much deeper what it was that I was kind of uh, trying to understand within myself. I felt more of myself through the incorporation of these two opposing or seemingly opposing perspectives. And I feel like in our day and age, we can be very critical of people who are seemingly love and light. And we don't really take the time often to really get to know their journey. And I am a seemingly love and light kind of chick, but I've seen quite a lot of dark shit and integrated quite a lot of really next level stuff, things that happen for other people. And they're like, whoa, what the fuck was that? You've changed my life. I'm like, yeah, it's another day, it's my life experience. So I feel more and more that sharing this life experience is important because there are humans who have embodied this truth, who have understood this truth. And by being exposed to kind of talk like this, it might not happen in the same way, but the seeds that we're planting and exploring and nurturing and being curious about in one another can alter the course of our awareness and understanding forever. So come with me on a little journey here. I invite us to really drop into the body as I'm speaking here and just breathing through. Let's take a couple of integrating breaths together. we're really going to try and feel the truth in your body, in your heart, as I'm sharing this next truth. So I was approached by an entity known as Lilith, introduced to me by this beautiful friend. And it became a loving and nurturing relationship at a time where I didn't have a lot of people physically that I could connect with. I was quite isolated in Vietnam, and a lot of my spiritual gifts were coming back online, and I had very little awareness of how to use that, and perhaps not hurt myself and others in the process. So Lilith as an energy, as an entity, as a frequency that we as a collective consciousness have created and embodied and fed into, thus it takes life. We co-created as a society, as a collective, this expression, this vibration of an entity named Lilith or Kali Ma in Hindi traditions, in Indian philosophies, and this kind of energy of divine feminine encompasses so many archetypes, and we get to work with these archetypes. And I hear a lot of stories around this energy approaching me and this entity being more powerful than me. And this all comes down to actually a very poor self-concept of self as the human force. And again, Matthias de Stefano will explain this so much more beautifully than I will. I am just learning and embodying that truth for myself. And I know that he has a huge array of information on this, so please go check out Matthias de Stefano if you want to know more. And I'm sure there's plenty of other beautiful beings that you can tune into. And what I was aware of from the very beginning, thanks to this beautiful friend of mine, was the power of my own influence and choice to say yes, to say no. He did make me a little fearful at times because he spoke of the power of these beings and how they don't like to be disrespected and da 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 da. And actually, it's exactly the same for the inner self. These are our divine mirrors. These are our divine reflections, right? They reflect an aspect of our personality, of our true nature that we cannot access without this outside mirror or seemingly outside mirror. The great gurus, Sadhguru, for example, who I adore, so many really embodied spiritual leaders share with us the truth that we are all connected, we are all a oneness. Nothing can exist outside of ourselves that does not exist inside. And to deny, reject, and disown an aspect outside is denying, rejecting, and disowning an aspect inside. We do not have to take on board. We do not have to be controlled by an entity. We do not have to allow it to enter our vessel. Hence why it is important to say, I'm a sovereign being. I'm a fully sovereign being. That is why when I work with anyone or I connect into YouTube here, I am making sure we are all connecting to our own unique God source, our own unique soul star, our own unique expression, because we're not all designed to be the same. And our relationships with these energies aren't going to be the same either. So, for example, I suppose I have been raised in a very free way, in a very beautiful family. We've had challenges, and I'm sure when I have more confidence to be speaking about that, I will share more on the internet. But for now, I think that's a story for the future. What I will say now is I was raised to question power and authority over me. I was never raised to accept someone else as more powerful than me. And I was always taught that there is always something. There is always something we can do. There is always something in a way that we can use our power, our innateness, our uniqueness, and create beauty from that. So even when I was struggling with the physical world of physical beings in my life, and I had turned to a more paranormal or unseen aspect of life, which actually worked extraordinarily beautifully in my favor, because now I have all of these amazing talents and gifts in which I can align and feel other people's frequencies and my own in such a different way, more powerful, more accessible, and also share and communicate this truth with the world. So I really want to invite us into questioning if we have a fear of demonic energies. Matthias de Stefano says something very beautiful about demonic energies being like the bees and the flowers. The angels and the demons are just bees and flowers. They're part of nature. They're using the energy that is around them. If we are holding a lot of hate in our heart, if we have a lot of reason to connect with demonic energy, yes, we will attract them into our field. We can still say no, we can still affirm and say, no, this is not my reality. Thank you. I am the stronger vibration. Thank you so much. We have that power. We have that power. We have that word. I've done it many, many, many times, and I will continue to, you know? Because we affirm what is in our reality. We affirm what we create more of in our reality. We don't need to hate or push or judge if what we resist persists, right? So we're coming back into ourselves and we're breathing gently and we're affirming, I am the stronger vibration. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, you will when you start to see it working. You will when you start to feel it. And just connecting in with our God source light, connecting in with the sun, the power of the sun. You really think the power of the sun isn't more powerful? This is the fire source of our galaxy or our solar system that everything orbits around. Connect to that motherfucker. You think that ain't more powerful than some demonic energy that just wants to scare you into thinking that you're not powerful enough and that you need it to survive? It's just an evolutionary process. We don't need to disrespect the thought forms that have formulated these entities or beings. We can say, thank you. I show you love. I show you respect. I honor your path, but it is not mine. Thank you so much. We are losing interest in that which no longer serves. Clear, cleanse, align, release. Clear, cleanse, align, release. Clear, cleanse, align, release. We have the power to reclaim our sovereign energy state. We have the power to choose what we think. We have the power to clear out all that is inside of us and allow for real, true creativity to manifest through us. My camera's gone fuzzy and now my computer's frozen. Pause for reflection. So let me just feel. Let's take a breath together. Okay, I'm being guided to share a story. So, after visiting with a friend who has a very strong belief in otherworldly beings approaching ghosts and other such stuff, I had an experience where there was a man in a bowler hat standing in the corner of my room. I couldn't see because that's not the way my gifts work. I don't see it visually, but I could feel it and understand it to be there and feel it in my third eye. And I said, no, thank you. I disappeared. Just disappeared. The other day, I was meditating with pleasure and love and encompassing this beautiful energy of love and God source around me. Some energies approached. They said, we honor your boundaries. I said, thank you so much, but you're not welcome. I want space. I want to be with me. I want space. And they sent me love. They sent me love to my heart, but I could feel them leaving because I'd asked them to, but they sent me love. And when there is an energy that is positive for us, we can affirm only that which is for the highest good shall come through in this now moment, and so it is. Only that which is for the highest good of all shall come through in this now moment, and so it is. And we can really feel the energy around us pushing, getting bigger and expanding, and feeling the cleanliness, the clarity, energetic hygiene, man. It's so important. We've got this beautiful space around us. The beings can approach, but they're not coming in unless we invite them. Right? It's like I had an experience with a friend where an energy knocked on the door and she opened the door, but the energy wasn't invited in. It can only come in if it is invited. It might be felt in that place. But we have to invite it into ourselves, and there has to be a resonant connection for it to appear on the outside with it inside. Right? We have to have that frequency inside of us. So all this external approaching is just an invitation for us to look inside of ourselves. For example, after that experience, I went away and meditated on that energy inside of myself, asked, how can I integrate this into my being in a way that is embodied, pure, and loving? And so it is. It's about being really conscious. It's not about being fearful and pushing away and saying people are stupid or this, that, and the other if they haven't had the same fear-based response to an entity approaching them, because some of us have this undying faith and knowing that creature, that entity, that energy, that thought form, that frequency is just an extension of me. And if I have the power to create my reality inside, I have the power to say no to something outside. It's like a food that you don't want to eat. If you're allergic to a certain food, you're not going to eat it because it brings out a nasty reaction. This is our energetic food, our nourishment, our nutrients. And to translate this into a more, I suppose, mundane perspective, but equally as valid, equally as beautiful, equally as important, someone else's energy, the thought forms and the energies, everyone, like so many people are connected to demonic energies and entities, not necessarily because they are bad people or demonic, but because they have an extension of their inner world that has been manifested and connecting to a collective thought form, a collective experience. When lots of people intend upon something and they send their awareness and their energy into something, energetically it grows. And it can create these life forces, just as we can create physical forms of babies and other such things in this world, projects, music, all of these sorts of things. We create these thought forms, these collective thought forms, these collective beliefs that then take on a frequency in the energy field, in the matrix that we are living in. And as we connect to these different aspects of it, we can just be a bit curious about it. We don't have to absorb it into ourselves. We don't have to absorb it as our truth. We can let it flow through if that's how we vibe. I would always recommend protection. I would always recommend affirming, simply because it makes the inner child feel safe and it makes us feel safe that we have got our own backs. But that, many people along their spiritual journey don't find that necessary. So I really invite us into being curious with these things, not doing something if it makes you terrified and fearful, but of maybe researching and opening ourselves up to guidance from people in the physical world, someone that has had the experience that we're looking for, or has the mentality or the energy around something that we are looking for, right? Because that's where the real transformation can lie. I'm trying to feel if there's anything else. No, I think we're great. So we're just going to take a few breaths together and we're going to focus on our heart space with a beautiful white light. And as we breathe, the white light's getting bigger and brighter and stronger. Allowing it to really surround our body till it encompasses our whole physical body. Clearing, cleansing, aligning, releasing all that no longer serves for the highest good of all, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Letting the bubble get bigger. Until it is all around us. It's getting so big now. Maybe it's moving beyond the room. Maybe it's encompassing our whole house or the building we're in, the office. Bigger now, surrounding areas, and just letting your imagination take you as far as you're able in this now moment with this beautiful, protective, beautiful white light bubble. Keeping the breath nice and even. And I want us to just invite clarity into this space. Just ask, I invite clarity, I invite awareness, I invite confidence in myself. I invite in healthy ego, healthy identity as a human being, sovereign in her frequency, unique in her beauty, or his, please replace as according. All unfolds in the perfect way, my loves. I really invite us in this now moment to just feel the outer edges of this protective bubble. Maybe we're going to make it of crystal or of glass. Maybe it's a permeable membrane. Maybe it's just like a literal bubble. But imagining the boundary that you need that feels best for you in this now moment. And breathing, watching it grow as we breathe. We're now just bringing the awareness back to the heart center again. And if we can, just leaving that awareness on the outer edge of this membrane also. This protective shield of this beautiful frequency that we are creating for ourselves. And we're just going to send ourselves so much love to our hearts. And to all the other beings who have created a beautiful light bubble around them, sending them love too, to be filtered through their membrane and absorbed in the highest and best way for them. Each of us receiving all that we now need for the highest good of all. And so it is. Nice breaths, gentle breaths. Please repeat, I am open to receive only that for the highest good, and so it is. Receiving all the prayers and the love, the blessings, the peace, the safety, the support, the nourishment. Tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Tap the heart space. Gentle breaths. The energy and vibration of fear is what keeps us tied to these demonic entities or these thought forms that hurt, these negative belief systems, whatever it is that you choose to resonate with and attend to in your vibration. All unfolds in the perfect way. And just remember this bubble whenever you need. Come back to the heart space, tap, tap, tap. If ever you're feeling like there's an energy or a thought that you just want some space from, you can't get it out of your head, or you feel physically threatened, coming into your heart space, remembering this, close your eyes, come inward. I am the stronger vibration in my reality. I get to choose what is in my awareness, what is in my field. It does not mean a denial or a rejection. We send it love, we send it gratitude, we say thank you. And we choose something different for ourselves. Affirm it now. Affirm it now. Affirm it now. And it is done. Gently open your eyes. Take a deep breath all the way in. Hold. Feel the bubble, feel the love, feel the expansion of your being, and gently exhaling, relax, sending a wave of love from the inside of the bubble all across the earth, all across the system of solar. That's my Spanish coming out. I'm going to try and start Spanish videos, actually. We're going to try that at some point. But just really breathing gently, beautifully. Maybe take a drink of water if you have some. Just clear, cleanse, align, release. A protective mantra that I learned in my yoga is Om Ma Sharanam. And that for me, with a white light surrounding my body, imagining the sun's in my chakras, or I am just a big sun. Play around with it, be curious, and remember, who wins by us being fearful? What vibration are we allowing into our reality, and what are we contributing to the collective energy? There is so much fear. And as Heather from Activation Vibration says, false evidence appearing real. Fear. Let's remember our truth. Share this video if you feel it might be useful. Come back to it whenever you might need it. And thank you for being here. Thank you for stepping into awareness, choosing truth, being open, curious, and playful with yourself and the collective energies. What a blessing to be alive at this time. All unfolds in the perfect way. And so it is. Love ya.